It's your only chance to win. love you, St. Paul. Hello and welcome to Éigse.
Hi everybody, welcome to Éigse CIM, our virtual Gaela event. Grab a beverage, have a seat, welcome in.
Good evening everyone.
Welcome to Éigse CIM.
Welcome to Éigse.
Hello and welcome.
Shewan maha igan ihe specialta shaw Éigse CIM.
Welcome to Éigse.
Have a great night.
Welcome to Éigse,
a virtual Gaela event.
Thank you so much for joining us.
I recommend you grab some food and drink and settle in for a cozy time with Irish music, songs and dance.
Tá Fultarud go Éigse CIM, a virtual Gaela event. Is Trononawa Holagana.
Welcome to an Éigse unlike any other.
Hi everyone.
Hi.
Welcome to Éigse, everybody.
Faltimore, goody Oakard and Special Turnocht. Éigse CIM, Gavila Fihis a Hain. Tasulagum, Gamani Muj Ansult, as an Gyol, Cora is Spree, the Gaela Nocht.
Welcome to Éigse.
We're so happy you're here to support the Centre for Irish Music.
Have a great night.
Céad míle fáilte ó bhagóine úsla, and you're very welcome. 100,000 welcomes indeed to hear Éigse CIM 2022. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's a virtual event and we're delighted that you could make it. And I flew in last night to the frozen tundra of Minnesota, all the way from the sandy beaches of California to be with all of the beautiful teachers here at the Centre for Irish Music. Ladies and gentlemen, the Centre for Irish Music is the only traditional Irish music school in Minnesota, founded by Irish music playing parents who saw that there was a need for a school so that their kids could grow up in an atmosphere where other kids were playing Irish music. And over the last 18 years, it has grown from that tiny seed to a place here in the Celtic Junction where it came to 13 years ago with only 75 students and has grown and grown to this year, ladies and gentlemen. 2021 showed over 460 students took classes from the Centre for Irish Music from 36 states and 5 countries. What an unbelievable growth here, ladies and gentlemen. As now, the Centre for Irish Music is 18 years old and all grown up. 23 instructors teach from this Centre for Irish Music with 4 staff. And we're looking for you tonight, ladies and gentlemen, to help fertilize this magical tree that has grown into something astronomical to the dreams of the founders. And it's only through your support tonight, ladies and gentlemen, wherever that you may be, that this great organization can keep growing in the way that it's going. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we're looking to raise $25,000 from you out there. And I know there's a lot of people having watch parties. They were sent a Gaela in a box through the post from the lovely volunteers from here. And if you are celebrating, take a picture, put it online and tag us that we're going to show it here on the TV screen. Ladies and gentlemen, the Centre for Irish Music is growing out of its skin. When the world shut down and everyone cocooned, the world stopped. But the one thing that kept the community of Irish people going here in Minnesota was the Centre for Irish Music. It changed on the 20th of March 2020 from an in-person only teaching ensemble to this world-renowned echoing force from the frozen tundra, ladies and gentlemen. It never stopped. It was the only steady component of life for many people while we were all stuck inside, staring at screens, wondering when we would be excited again. And so, ladies and gentlemen, tonight, with your dollars donated, there are backers that are going to make your dollars doubled. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We have matching gifts from Tim and Kim Scanlon, who've donated $10,000, matching any one of your dollars, ladies and gentlemen, and $15,000 from an anonymous donor. So your dollars tonight are worth $2. So anything you give, ladies and gentlemen, is worth more tonight. So look into your pocket and see what you can hand over to the Centre for Irish Music. So, ladies and gentlemen, to get the night going, if you want to donate, go to centreforirishmusic.org/Gaela, Gaela, or you can follow the QR code here up on your screen and send your phone to that. Donate now is written there for you. All you have to do is press it and your donation is doubled, ladies and gentlemen, tonight only. But to start the show, we have teachers from the school, instructors, and throughout the whole night, ladies and gentlemen, we'll have instructors from the school, as well as superheroes flown in on a spaceship of time called Danú, ladies and gentlemen, who have come in especially with the smell of seaweed from Ireland wafting around us to play wonderful magical music for us, ladies and gentlemen. And to start us off with this wonderful tour of music tonight, we have Hannah Flowers on the harp, who started here at the Centre for Irish Music, learning Irish music as a student and going on to become an instructor, joining the staff, and then going on last year to be a fully mastered, educated woman on the harp when she went to get her master's in Maynooth College over in Ireland. And with her on the stage, ladies and gentlemen, is a great guitarist, one of the first guitarists in Irish music, who's from that seminal band Scara Bray, an archaeological find, ladies and gentlemen, from the islands of Scotland. And they were brought over to Ireland and they made a beautiful album 50 years ago, and it's still been spun throughout the world. So, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Hannah Flowers and Dice Brawl.
Thank you so much, everyone. We are going to sing a lovely song for you called My Dearest Dear. And this is the first time we've played together since COVID, so that's sweet. So this is My Dearest Dear. My dearest dear, the time has come for you and I to part, and you will never know, my dear, the sorrow in my heart, and you I love you all so well. I love you more, my dearest dear, than human tongue can tell. The crow that is so black, my dear, would surely turn to white if ever I prove false to you. Bright day would turn to night. Bright day would turn to night. My dear, the elements will mourn if ever I prove false to you. The seas will rage and burn. I wish my breast was made of glass, wherein you might behold the letters of your name, my dear. Therein are writ with gold. Therein are writ with gold, my dear. Believe me when I say you are the only one for me until my dying day. And when you're in some foreign land, pray think on your absent friend. And when the wind blows high and clear, a letter to me send. And when the wind blows high and clear, pray send it love to me, that I may know by your handwrite how times have gone with thee. My dearest dear, the time has come for you and I to part, and you will never know, my dear, the sorrow in my heart, and you will never know, my dear, I love you all so well. I love you more, my dearest dear, than human tongue can tell.
There you are, ladies and gentlemen. Dice Barol and Hannah Flowers. Where would you get it? Only here in St. Paul, Minnesota. Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you take a picture of where you are tonight, be sure to tag us when you're doing Instagram, at Centre for Irish Music. If you're on Facebook, at the Centre for Irish Music. And if you're on Twitter, Irish Music CTR. That's for centre, they tell me. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we can safely say that we have $5,000 raised already of our $25,000 goal. There you are, ladies and gentlemen. So that's $10,000 in the bank already. Thank you very much. And just as a treat, if you donate $500 or more, I'm going to announce your name and give you a big shout out from here, ladies and gentlemen, because already Mike Lynch has donated over $500, ladies and gentlemen. Joanne and Mario Vano have donated over $500, ladies and gentlemen. So there you go. If you want your name shouted out, send it in and send it in now. So ladies and gentlemen, we're going to keep the show going, but just to let you know, everything that you give tonight is doubled. So don't be afraid to put in twice as much. And ladies and gentlemen, coming up here on the stage, we have two instructors from the Centre for Irish Music. One of them teaches more students than anyone else in the school, ladies and gentlemen. And he has to put up with the artistic director trying to do everything, ladies and gentlemen. While also, you wouldn't believe it, he's now known as a celebrity chef. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We have a silent auction going tonight. Check out the silent auction. It'll probably take you about 20 minutes to go through all the wonderful prizes that are up for auction tonight. But one of them, if you go for the featured items, you will see that you could win a dinner for you and 9 of your friends, ladies and gentlemen, at the house of celebrity chefs here in St. Paul of Nora Rendell and Brian Miller. I think the current bid is at $850. Is that right? Something like that. Anyway, they're letting me know. Yeah, find it out. And even you could join in with your friends. I mean, if 3 of you got together or 4 and you each put in $250 each, you're laughing. Now, I would suggest you go for the pancakes because Brian is a very special pancake maker. He can do all kinds of designs. You could have pancakes for dinner. That's what Cuckoo Kangaroo say. Anyway, so with that, ladies and gentlemen, up on stage, launching their new album that came out over COVID and stayed in a cocoon until now. Ladies and gentlemen, we have 2 teachers from the Centre for Irish Music. Danny Diamond heard about the Centre for Irish Music and he met this lady on the road called Anna. She said, "Danny, you have to come to Minnesota." So they whisked off from the luxury of Ireland to the frozen tundra, ladies and gentlemen, and he's been teaching fiddle all over the place. And he was out on the side of the road teaching fiddle when Brian met him and brought him in here to teach in the Celtic Junction. And so with that, they sat in the recording studio and came out with a beautiful album called Let Fly. Ladies and gentlemen, for your entertainment, Brian Miller and Danny Diamond.
Thanks. That's Steady Diamond on the fiddle. Woohoo! So, I got asked to introduce the next act, and through the magic of video technology, we're going to travel back in time out of the freezing winter to the summer, and we're going to play a video from MIM, the Minnesota Irish Music Weekend, this past summer. We were lucky this summer to be able to feature an elder statesman of Irish music right here in St. Paul, Mr. Martin McHugh from County Roscommon. He's been playing Irish music in the Twin Cities for over 70 years. No, that's actually true. That's mad and insane. But Marty's amazing, and this is a video here of him playing with Dahi Sproul that we had on stage a minute ago. So I'll turn it over to Back in Time Dahi from last summer.
We're going to do two waltzes now. They're great favourites of Martin's. The second one's called My Eileen is Waiting for Me. I'm not sure what you call the first one, but the first one to me was a song that I knew a few verses of in Irish, so I'll do that. So this might be your time to waltz. To seize the opportunity. We won't be waltzing anyhow.
On the holly begin as reach no here do should hal haran yas marawas ga crave and bohan even the yellow lahil should upgrade mahala ka shala mobile but a hayhan mohil gasasta shin how the bohig should other than number dag my free not a hall of us on the holly begin as you are here more do.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us from wherever you are in the world. As I said, since March 2020, the Centre for Irish Music has been teaching virtual online classes. And on any given night here in the Celtic Junction, the Centre for Irish Music is teaching 3 or 4 online classes, as well as the 8 classrooms full of students. I don't know how they fit them all in, and I don't know how they'll fit the growing populace, but I think Nora's going to give us a bit more about that later on. Just so you know, the silent auction, ladies and gentlemen, is flying it. And make sure you get your bid in and get it in early and get it in often. There are great bits of pottery, jewellery, knitted wear, and also if you're into brown bread, and especially if you live here in the Twin Cities, but I know you can do it virtually, the great Katie Dowling, one of the founding members, ladies and gentlemen, at the Centre for Irish Music, she's offering online classes of her historical brown bread recipe and baking methods. They're $75 each. I think, what is there, 3 left? Anybody have the count on that? Anyway, check it out, ladies and gentlemen. Check it out. centreforirishmusic.org/Gaela. Look for the registry for the silent auction. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, there's a few more people gave more than $500, and this is their shout out. Karen Rose, stand up and take a bow. Leah and Ian Evanson, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. David and Suzanne Rees, thank you very much. Anyway, we'll try and get that on the ticker tape, ladies and gentlemen, later on. So with that, we'd like to thank our sponsors, Larkin Hoffman, for giving us a great sponsorship for tonight, the Celtic Junction Arts Centre, Irish on Grand, Gleason Printing, and Tin Whiskers Brewing. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going over now to a new band on the scene, grown out of students and instructors from here at CIM. We have Ian Dove McAfee, Matty Ernst, and Cara Wegler. Give it up, ladies and gentlemen, a concert from home while you're at home and we're all here. Durain, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, thank you. We're going to play a set of 3 polkas that we actually all learned at the Minnesota Irish Music Weekend, a wonderful event that CIM puts on every year.
How about that, ladies and gentlemen? Derine. All the way from there to here to you, ladies and gentlemen. So with that, tonight's Fundaneed is about growing up and reaching out. 18 years in this space, ladies and gentlemen, of Minnesota, growing the population of Irish traditional musicians. And with that, things are expanding. Expanding, ladies and gentlemen, beyond the space that's been here. We'll hear more about it. But all of your donations tonight mean something. $50 from your pocket could mean 5 tin whistles for new learners. $100 could mean 12 families get free books and CDs for the Celtic Cuties program, which is a fantastic program, ladies and gentlemen. Start them young, they say. Start them young. And they're bringing them in here from only a few weeks old. Learning how to beat a bodhrán. Sure, what else would you want out there in the world, ladies and gentlemen? What else would you want? So with that, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have a little short video. And don't forget to donate now. And you can donate in a minute as well. And when you donate over $500, we're going to shout out your name from here. So we're going to have a little video from students and mentors giving a bit of meaning to growing up and reaching out.
Leading up to tonight's event, we interviewed members of our community, asking them about the Centre for Irish Music's impact on the Irish cultural scene over 18 years of handing down the tradition.
The number one reason why people should be supporting the Centre for Irish Music right now is that there's just no place on earth like it that I've ever found. This is the place that I wish had existed for me when I was a kid.
We did notice that there were not kids, there were not teenagers. We thought that was not right.
My youngest saw Ian playing button box at a summer program and wanted to learn that instrument. Later, Ian became his teacher.
I've gotten to grow up every single part of my life in this community. I'm sitting in front of you as a product of the care of CIM.
You are getting this whole package that maybe you're not at first aware of. You're getting this cultural legacy is what you're getting.
Any part of my background, I'm likely to feel that it's enriching the experience for the students and hopefully. And part of that for me has been performing and touring and playing.
It's a place where the instructor is, encouraged to continue being a musician, not just being an instructor. And that's always been part of the CIM instructor community. I love that.
We also do so much more. We have the Minnesota Irish Music Weekend, and we bring in guest artists, and that really does enhance the experience that our students are getting here. And it also is really valuable for our instructors. As an instructor, I learn something at MIM every year.
We're all actually, as instructors here, dedicated to very high standards. At the same time, the priority in sharing songs, for example, for me, is giving the student or the person who's attending something beautiful and then just encouraging them.
It's not about being a good musician. It's about being a good person and caring about music. And that's what I think is so unique about CIM.
We can't measure what it does when a student comes in and is really seen as a human being.
Everyone is here because they have in some way connected with the beauty and energy and brilliance of traditional Irish music.
The guidance, the support, and the inspiration to help young people believe in themselves, be creative, and be included wherever they are.
Whoever receives the music and the slice of culture that comes with it can carry it on, learn from it, and pass it on to the next person. This is how it's done.
Let's try that again.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Nora, and thank you. This is...
Brian. This is...
Éigse CIM, a virtual gala event, and we are so happy that you're here joining us for this wonderful celebration in support of the Center for Irish Music. I am the lucky person who has the job of running this organization. I don't feel that way every day, but I certainly feel that way today. Really, it is truly an honor. So I wanted to tell you a little bit about the Center for Irish Music tonight and make sure that you know that we miss you and we are so sad that we are not here with you in person. So we have a bang-up show for you tonight, and we want to hear from you. So if you are on YouTube, send us a message. We have people who will respond, and we want to know how you're doing on YouTube, on Facebook, and on anywhere else that you are watching our show tonight. So, but I wanted to tell you a little bit about the last few years here, and I was thinking back to 2019 to 20, a year we all remember because it's the last time we all saw one another with regularity, and at the Center for Irish Music, it was our biggest year yet, and we had 3 adult ensembles at the time, 9 youth ensembles, and a couple of medals that we had just won. Some of our students had just won over at the All Ireland, and things were just going so well, and you have helped us to build the school up, to have staff that we can pay, who work for us, and who make it so that we're not up all night trying to figure out how to organize everything. The school has really professionalized because of your support. And so when COVID hit, we were able to respond and to kind of pivot. And we have these 23 instructors who are extremely devoted to the school. They're extremely devoted to their students, and we're devoted to one another in this whole vision of having a really wonderful traditional Irish music scene right here in St. Paul and Minnesota and wherever. I mean, it's an international music scene, and we want to have one here that we can enjoy every day. So it was wonderful that we were able to transition to online, and our students made it through all of that, and we've kind of gone, it's been just a wild time. But the big story is, if we all came back, which we hope we all will, we would not all fit back in our space. 2019, we had an amazing administrator who was, taking Brian and putting him and his guitar in one room, and then he would ship him out, and then somebody else would go in there because they needed the piano. And we've been doing this really complicated logistics to make sure that we can get students and teachers into rooms learning Irish music. And we have come to the point where we just know we need space, and we needed more space 3 years ago, and we really, really need more space now. So we've been working really hard with our wonderful partners at the Celtic Junction. We want to stay here, and they have some space that they're willing to give us. So I wanted to show you our plans, what we're hoping to do. So you're going to see this. Imagine you're up in the Center for Irish Music. Actually, never mind. Imagine you're outside. It's summer. It's a beautiful day, and there's a concert presented by the Celtic Junction Arts Centre on their beautiful stage right in front of the mural. So that's this white wall that's closest to you. And we're going to have a door with a vestibule that will help with climate control down there. There will be a little lobby. And then we want 4 new classrooms. So one of them is going to be a recital hall, a small acoustic recital hall that we can fit 40, 50 people in. So we could have a little mini room or a little performance in there. And then there will be 2 small classrooms about the same size as CIM room 2, if you know how big that is. That's what you see with the 2 little pianos there. And then a room in the back corner, which will be the Celtic Cuties room, or a carpeted room for classes for children. And so that's what you see there. And then you would go up the stairs to the Center for Irish Music. So we wanted to share that vision with you. This is something you're going to be hearing more about in the future. And we are just really excited to be in a position to start making that happen. And it wouldn't have been a possibility without your support over the past 18 years. So I think that is pretty much what I wanted to tell you. And I'm going to hand it over to Brian.
Yeah, we're actually going to hear some more music, and we're going to have a video of one of our young students. We were very sad this year that we weren't able to meet go back to meeting in person for Éigse and having some of our younger students play. So we're going to hear a video, watch a video now of Niamh Me, one of our students that plays uilleann pipes and sings. She's singing in this video and performing with the Swan Advanced Youth Ensemble, which is led by our wonderful fiddle teacher, Mary Vanorni. And she's doing a song that she learned from Nell Cronin, who's going to be singing in a little bit with the band Danú. And Nell was here at our virtual MIM last summer. So here's Niamh Me singing a song in the Irish language.
An bóra huig, an bóra huig, an bóra huig a tráli. Bóra huig san cungura duig, san bóra huig a tráli. Bóra huig a huig a huig, an bóra huig a tráli. Bóra huig san cungura duig, san bóra huig a tráli. Maile nora proti rosas, maile nora an timlo. Maile nora on a cute fiola, Spania na mosaniha. Bóra huig a huig a huig, an bóra huig a tráli. Bóra huig san cungura duig, san bóra huig a tráli. Diarchus yes, Anora. Diarchus yes, an gluing and tults and calling her fad gacora. Bohara hoiga 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 and bohara hoiga trali. Bohara hoigs and congara doigs and congara doiga trali. Correcta hus is correcta a chanin. Correcta hus is crease corpus bemi de lua etrali. Bohara hoiga hoiga hoig. Bohara hoigs and trali. Bohara hoigs and congara doigs and bohara hoiga trali. Bohara hoiga hoiga hoig and bohara hoiga trali. Bohara hoigs and congara doigs and bohara hoiga trali.
Woohoo! That was fantastic. We're going to go to our featured surprise, extra special spaceship traveling performers now, and Nora and I are going to introduce them. So hailing from counties Waterford, Cork, Dublin, and Donegal in Ireland, Danú is one of the leading traditional Irish ensembles of today. The band formed in 1995 as part of Ireland's delegation to Lorient Interceltique Festival in Brittany, in France, and their debut album was released in 1997 to huge critical acclaim, and they subsequently released 5 albums with Shanachie and 3 more independent albums.
That is true. Danú have won numerous awards from the BBC and Irish Music Magazine and have toured throughout Europe and North America for over 2 decades with stops at the Hollywood Bowl in Los Angeles and the Symphony Space in New York City. Danú takes its audiences on a musical journey to their native Ireland, offering a moving and memorable concert experience. We want to thank the Ordway for their partnership with the Centre for Irish Music over many years, and particularly this year for sending us Danú and letting us know that they would be here. So we wanted to introduce each member of the band, even though they have a beautiful band name. We wanted to introduce each band member. So here, Brian.
Yes. On bouzouki, we have Eamon Dorley, and Oisín Macaulay is playing fiddle. Oisín was here in 2013 at our Minnesota Irish Music Weekend. On uilleann pipes and flute is Mr. Ivan Goff.
From Newfoundland, we have Billy Sutton on the boron. We've got Benny McCarthy from Waterford on the accordion, Tony Byrne from Dublin on the guitar, Nell Cronin on vocals, and a little bit of whistle, maybe, if we're lucky. And so we are so thrilled and honored to have Danú here. So without further ado, over to Danú.
you all very much. We're delighted to be here for this brilliant fundraiser event, and to be flown in by spaceship was extra special as well. So we started off there with a set of lively reels that we collectively called the Long Strand Set, and the first reel we played was actually written by Paddy O'Brien, who has been living here in Minneapolis for quite some time. So that was very fitting, and we're going to carry on now with the song, and this is a song that comes from my own neck of the woods in Moosgree in County Cork, and it's a song called Fiach a Vazarua, all about a fox hunt or a fox chase that happened many years ago. So we'll give it a go.
Briving your ear and claymore, the beamore ushlin the dream they on the hermar iron, the king and the head, the shoot them off and bother the sun, the lair is a rank to do the little, the idle little, a rank to do the little, down the young. Lana broker, a devilish serious, the speed of more iron, the man of my rock, a mock face with our flick guitar. Channel on the limb shout she I went the rank to the lady I lady down the rank to the lady down the be Mr. Wolf found over the spark and rat and eager say her over from the hedges are the stranger is Captain Bull is gone snod darling there's the rank to the lady I lady down the rank to the lady down the Thank you very much.
That's Nellie Cronin there. Thanks very much. And I'm going to actually play an air now from Nell's neck of the woods down there. And this air is called Owen Talon. And it's a song that tells the story of the Salan River, which has its headwaters actually just up the road from where Nell grew up. And it tells all the mythology of the river and so on. And fun fact, it's the only male river in Ireland apparently. So there you go. And we'll follow that up with a great old jig, the Kilfanora.
Thank you very much. That was the mighty Ivan Goff there playing a beautiful slow air. So we're going to try another song this time, a little bit livelier. And it's a song about one of the most famous dogs that came from Ireland, and his name was Master McGrath. And he was brought over to run in the Waterloo Cup race in 1869, and he ended up winning the race, even though the favourite at the time was another dog, another greyhound by the name of White Rose. But Master McGrath went over anyway and won the race, and he actually won it on 3 separate occasions. And we were on tour here a couple of years ago, and we actually passed a pub called Master McGrath's Pub, so he's famous over here as well. So of course we had to call in and just have a look at the menu, you know. But anyway, we'll give this one a go, called Master McGrath. 1869 being the date and the year, those Waterloo sportsmen and more did appear, oh, to view the great prizes and bear them away, never counting on Ireland and Master McGrath. On the 12th of December, that day of renown, McGrath and his keeper, they left Lurgan town, and a gale in the channel it soon drove them more. On the 13th they landed on fair England's shore, and when they arrived there in great London town, those grand English sportsmen they all gathered around, and one of those gentlemen gave a ha-ha, saying, "Is that the great dog you call Master McGrath?" Lord Lurgan stepped forward and he said, "Gentlemen, is there any among you have money to spend for your great English greyhound? I don't care a straw. 5,000 to 1 upon Master McGrath." White Rose stood uncovered, the great English pride. Her trainer and owner were both by her side. Oh, they led her away and the crowd cried, "Hurrah! For the pride of all England and Master McGrath." Ran along. "I wonder," said Rose, "what took you from your home? You should have stayed there in your Irish domain, and not come to gain laurels on Albion plains." "Well, I know," says McGrath, "we have wild heifer bogs, but you'll find in old Ireland we have good men and dogs. Lead on, bold Britannia, give none of your jaw, for I'll garnish the laurels," said Master McGrath. Oh, the hare she led off, what a beautiful view. As swift as the wind o'er the green field she flew. He jumped on the hare's back and he held up his paw. 3 cheers for old Ireland, said Master McGrath. Well, I've known many greyhounds that fill me with pride in the days that are gone, but it can't be denied that the greatest and the bravest the world ever saw was our champion of champions, bold Master McGrath.
very much. Right, we're going to play a couple of reels for this part of the show. And we're going 2 reels. First tune was written by the great Phil Cunningham from Scotland. He's a great piano box player, and he calls it Cutting a Slide. And then we'll finish with a tune written by Simon Bradley. And a tune he wrote when he sat in his fiddle one night, and he calls it the Fiddle Cushion. So good old tune, good old lively tune. So hope you like him.
See you later.
We'll see you later.
Come back in the station.
There you are, everybody. Danú on your screen tonight, all the way from the Celtic Junction, here for Éigse CIM 2022. Ladies and gentlemen, wouldn't it be amazing if kids from Minnesota could play like Danú? Well, why not? Because they're giving virtual classes tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, February 27th from 2 p.m. Register at centreforirishmusic.org right now and get your class. And you may think, ladies and gentlemen, they are out of this world musicians, but they're very grounded and down to earth and know where the Irish music came from, because when you drink the water, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget the man who dug the well. Even, it could have been a woman. You've got to find these things out. And they'll tell you tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, at the virtual class. And you can see, even from the uniforms tonight, Oisin Macaulay is wearing his alumni t-shirt, because He was a T-shirt at MIM, ladies and gentlemen, the Minnesota Irish Music Week. And he was here, and Nell was here, and Eamon was here one time maybe. I think the rest of the band are mad jealous, and they want to be called back for what's coming up in June. Anyway, they're going to be here tomorrow giving virtual lessons all over the world. So wherever you are, if you can tune in on time and register before noon tomorrow, you can get virtual lessons with the band. And Oisín is doing a great class for starter fiddles. I mean, who would want to take that on? There you are, ladies and gentlemen. Sign up now. Sign up now. So I can tell you that we have $10,000 pledged tonight, ladies and gentlemen. $10,000 to our Fund a Need, and that's been matched by our donors, Tim and Kim Scanlon, and an anonymous donor. So we're up to $20,000. Get your hand in your pocket, get out your credit card, and donate now. And if you think donating is something just very minimal, yes, $5 can go a long way, because all of a sudden it's $10. And if you donate $25, that turns into $50, which can buy 5 tin whistles for the summer camp this summer, ladies and gentlemen. And if you donate $50, that turns into $100, which can buy 12 CDs and books for families who are unsure about music, but they'll be drawn in to the Celtic Cuties, ladies and gentlemen, and they'll never leave. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, if you donate $250, that can connect our teachers through the virtual metaverse, ladies and gentlemen, and teach their students throughout the globe. If you donate $500, that can support a night like the Duos and Trios night, performed here or wherever the rental is, ladies and gentlemen, because rental space is high premium here in the cities. And so a big night is Duos and Trios night, where the Centre for Irish Music take their young fledglings and put them out onto a safe space, a stage where they can be heard by their friends and families and learn how to express themselves and perform to a public audience. And if you pledge $1,000, ladies and gentlemen, you can give full ensemble and private lesson tuition for one student for a whole term. If you pledge $2,500, if you pledge more than that now, you'll be doing great. But if you could pledge $2,500, ladies and gentlemen, you'll get one of the 2 new pianos we need right here, right now. And if you pledge $5,000, I'll come over and have tea with you tonight, ladies and gentlemen. So with that, anyone that's pledged over $500 gets a big shout out, and they're sent across the ticker tape. But I must say that the Flagstad family, who are hosting me, ladies and gentlemen, and I had tea with them last night, they gave over $500. And Sarah and Jeff Larson gave over $500, ladies and gentlemen. Jan and Mike Casey, who I had tea with many nights, they gave over $500. And Mike and Sue Ann DiGiorgio gave over $500, ladies and gentlemen. So the silent auction, what? I just got a text. Oh no, someone outbid me for the gift basket. I'll have to get off the stage, ladies and gentlemen, because I need to bid now. There are only 17 minutes left in the silent auction, and I want to win that gift basket that I put a pledge on. There are 30 prizes in the silent auction with no bids. A guaranteed bargain. There's some lovely jewellery for $5. Where would you be going? Anyway, so ladies and gentlemen, get to the silent auction now and get there and stay there for the next 17 minutes and make sure you go home with a great prize. So that's over at 8:30 Minnesota time. So if you're anywhere else, that's a different time. So ladies and gentlemen, we're keeping going with the show, and the notes are flying around the place. I can't find out where I am, but there's only minutes left, ladies and gentlemen, in my part of the stage here. So take it away to the next part.
There's so many meanings in the word community. There's the community within we exist here now, say in the Twin Cities or in Minnesota. But when you're involved with Irish music deeply, which all the people here are, you're part of the same community as those people in Ireland.
Things that feel the same about CIM this whole time have just been the incredible sense of community in the school. Just between the instructors, between the staff, between the students.
That extra adult in their lives, or adults in their lives, who teach them, who ask about what's going on, keep track of them. It's beautiful.
I still feel, like in very good ways, like I'm a child of many people and a child in the community and always taken care of.
It is about creating a joyful life that has this music in it, that has a community around you that you are a part of no matter what, and everyone is included in that.
That you were creating more than just somebody that was able to play. You know, you were creating a new community member.
Somebody like Maddie Ernst, who was one of sort of the first wave of students that we had, is now back here as a co-teacher, as now an administrative staff. It's fantastic.
Since my days as a student, there's a lot more adult students. There always were, but I think there's just a much bigger presence in the school now, which is wonderful.
These are people that end up joining kind of the leadership of the school, and they're also people that go out in the community and represent the school and also meet people in the community.
I think that CIM really prepares kids to go out into their own community, even if it's just locally. They'll teach you how to play at a session, or they'll teach you how to talk to older musicians or maybe well-known musicians that you might be a little intimidated to speak to, and how to ask for help.
The kids on the block gather in our backyard or in our home, and they play tunes that they've learned here together. And so it's just another, like, this is what we do. You know, it's just an extension of their friendship.
So when I see those young students who came in, didn't know how to tune an instrument, didn't know a jig from a reel, couldn't do more than 3 tunes in a row, and now they're up performing on stages around the world.
Students of mine being out playing in bands and going down to Florida to do gigs and touring around the Midwest.
CIM helped provide this program that talked to us about how do you go from being a student to being a teacher? How do you go from being an amateur to maybe being a professional? What steps do you take to get your music out there, to talk to other people?
You can't even quantify what it's really a music and culture school, and what it gives to families and what it gives back to the community, like in a web that reaches out into the community. I think I feel it's beyond price,
The Center for Irish Music definitely has had a lasting influence on our family, specifically with our older two and how they are approaching their musicality, their own kind of beginning of a journey as young musicians in their own lives.
Hi everyone, hope you're having a great time out there. We are over here at the junction, and I wanted to thank one of our sponsors. I want to thank all of our event sponsors, but one in particular who have provided our beer for us this evening, Tin Whiskers Brewery, downtown St. Paul. They have, it's owned by Jeff Moriarty, who is a fiddle student at the Center for Irish Music. He is learning fiddle and doing very well at that. And he has 2 kids, one Celtic cutie who is an aspiring whistle player, and his son is a great little accordion player and Irish dancer as well. So they are supporting the community in so many ways, and thank you for your support for the Center for Irish Music. So I'm going to hand it over to Brian, who's going to give us a toast to you.
Yes, we started this toast tradition last year, and I was recently informed that I'm doing it again. So I was just thinking about what has been going on at the Center for Irish Music over the last couple of years with moving online and actually growing our student body over this strange time period where we moved online. And just all the kind of the changes that have happened, all the action that's been happening at the school. And I was just thinking about how our community is so resilient, has shown so much resiliency during this time, and also so much innovation and willingness to be innovated upon. And I like to read old newspapers. It's a cool hobby. All the cool people are doing it. And I found this amazing newspaper clipping from 114 years ago here in the Twin Cities, showing that we've been innovative here for ages with this kind of thing. So this is a report of a music lesson being given over the phone in the Twin Cities. They were already doing it 114 years ago. I hate to inform you that it was actually on the Scottish bagpipes that they were doing this, but they've been causing social distancing for centuries, so we know. those people. They know how to do things over the phone. So this is Music Lesson Over the Phone is the latest. Captain Sinclair teaches St. Paul Scott how to play a difficult hornpipe. The very latest thing in long-distance telephoning has arrived. Business deals have been put through, marriage ceremonies performed, and burial services read over the wire. But the really latest, up to the minute, down to the second stunt, is giving a music lesson over the telephone. This was in 1908. And then it says, it describes how they did it. This is how we do it, sort of, like this too. Placing his lips to the telephone receiver, he puckered them into a whistle and went through the naughty piece, note by note. That's naughty with a K.
Good thing.
Tin whiskers. He stopped for breath and then repeated the air. There was an anxious silence. Then, from St. Paul, there came a cheery voice, and the lesson was over. Anyway, it's amazing proof of how innovative we are. And I wanted to toast. Wait, how do I hold the microphone and toast at the same time? I can do it. So, to the parents of our students who trusted that we might know what we were doing and helped find the Zoom link, to the students that kept up their enthusiasm while wrestling with the mute button and finding the elusive original sound. Ooh, that's very difficult. The teachers who learned so many new skills and kept the focus on the music and the people, to all these wonderful tech crews like the people here tonight who were patient with us while we all learned how to do these things, and to the CIM administration and the board who took on the challenge and seamlessly switched from being an in-person music school to being online. I think we made it most of the way. We won't say all the way, but we're making it right now tonight. Here's to all of you for all of your innovation and all of your perseverance through these crazy times. Cheers.
And we have more music for you. But don't forget, this is a fundraiser, and every up to $25,000 tonight will be matched dollar for dollar. So make sure that you click on the Donate Now button, centerforirishmusic.org/Gaela, Gaela, and every little bit that you donate tonight is going to go straight towards supporting our young musicians, our older musicians, our musicians who refused to use a computer all the way through COVID and have come back in person as well. That is also resilience. Obviously, we love this music and we're going to play it no matter what happens. So I'm going to introduce to you now one of our very popular teachers. This is Mr. Todd Menten. Over to you.
Thank you, Nora. Thank you so very much. Éigse 2022, Center for Irish Music, St. Paul, Minnesota. Thanks very much for tuning in. I would like to do a pub song for you now. I have the honor of teaching a pub song class here at the Center for Irish Music, where we learn all the wacky songs, and sometimes not so wacky, ballads and good stuff. All kinds of songs that will go down well in the pub while you're lifting beverages. Yep. So, this is Peggy Gordon in a slightly twisted pub style, if you don't mind. Oh, Peggy Gordon, you are my darling. Come sit you down on my knee and tell to me the very reason that I am slighted so by thee. I'm deep in love, I'll never deny it. My heart lies smothered in my breast. It's not for me to let the world know it. A faithful heart knows no rest. I placed my hand to a cask of brandy. 'Twas my fancy, I do declare. For when I'm drinking, I'm always thinking, wishing Peggy Gordon were there. I wish I was in some lonesome valley where womankind cannot be found, but the wee small birds changing voices, and every moment a different sound. wish I was far away in England, sailing o'er the briny sea, sailing over the deepest ocean, where love nor care can't follow me. Oh, Peggy Gordon, you are my darling, come sit you down on my knee. Tell to me the very reason that I am slighted so by thee. Peggy Gordon, folks, thanks very much. Éigse 2022. Thank you so very much. Okay, now we're going to listen and watch a piece of video featuring one of our fine ensembles here. This is going to be a piece of music featuring Joe DiGiorgio, one of our very distinguished alumni, playing with Mr. Brian Miller at an event last summer.
Well, there you are, ladies and gentlemen. That is what is coming out of the Centre for Irish Music. Isn't it amazing? Ladies and gentlemen, we're down to $11,000 to raise tonight. You could be the one to put us over the line. A big announcement at this hour. There is so much in the catalogue for the silent auction that everybody wanted to extend it. So it's now pushed out to 9 o'clock for final bids. So get your bids in. I was able to up my bid and I'm still in for the gift basket. Don't forget that you could have Brian and Nora make you dinner. That's a very special event, ladies and gentlemen. And if you're good, maybe they'll let you stay and they can make you breakfast as well. But I think that's probably a higher bid than you'd expect. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, for those that have offered over $500 to the Centre of Irish Music's Fund a Need, growing up and reaching out, we have Meg and Gary Johnson, ladies and gentlemen. And also, giving more than $500 tonight, the Coleman family, ladies and gentlemen. So we're flying it. Get your hands in your pockets. Get on the silent auction. And I know there's so much going on, it's hard to take a picture. But take a picture of where you are watching tonight's Éigse CIM 2022 and hashtag it with hashtag Éigse22 and tag it if you're on Instagram at Centre for Irish Music, or follow us on Facebook and tag it at the Centre for Irish Music. And if you're on Twitter, tweet us and put the picture with it at Irish Music CTR. So, ladies and gentlemen, for your entertainment, we have 3 teachers taking the stage as the two-tap trio. One time, ladies and gentlemen, I was even in the two-tap trio, and it was great. They play for all the Irish dance events here in the cities for the past 20 years. Would you believe it, ladies and gentlemen? That's a lot of tapping from a trio. So with that, here to take the stage, we have Mary Vanorni, ladies and gentlemen, an instructor at the school for many years who took the fledgling fiddle classes and built it up into a stronghold of the centre that they occupy now, a quarter of the building. And along with Mary, we have Nora Rendell, ladies and gentlemen, our esteemed director, who's taken it all the way down to the Celtic Cuties, building people up from the grassroots all the way to great musicians older than 18 years old, growing up and reaching out. The Celtic Cuties, I'm even on the Celtic Cuties CD. You can buy one and not even go to the class, and better yet, buy 2 and give one to a needy family. And so with them, ladies and gentlemen, in the trio we have Brian Miller, who is the tallest and the most popular teacher here at the Centre for Irish Music, with the most students of anybody. Ladies and gentlemen, for your entertainment, two-tap trio.
I feel like we should do, like it's growing up and reaching out. I feel like we should do like a online, maybe a little yoga moment or something. What do you think?
Sounds
Mary?
good, Nora. You lead.
Okay, so we're going to sing you a song. After all that talk about dancing and tapping our feet, we're going to sing you a song. This is a song called Follow the Heron Home. It was written by Corrine Polwart, wonderful singer-songwriter from the Borders in Scotland. And it's a great song for thinking about the spring and the coming of spring and the big melt and all the hope that comes from that. So I hope you enjoy this.
The back of the winter is broken, and light lingers long by the door. Now the seeds of the summer have spoken in gowans that bloom on the shore. By night and day we'll sport and we'll play and delight as the dawn dances over the bay. Sleep blows the breath of the morning away, and we follow the heron home. In darkness we cradled our sorrow and stoked all our fires with fear. Now these bones that lie empty and hollow are ready for gladness to cheer. By night and day we'll sport and we'll play and delight as the dawn dances over the bay. Sleep blows the breath of the morning away, and we follow the heron home. So long may you sing of the salmon and the snow-scented sounds of your home, while the north wind delivers its sermon of ice and salt water and stone. By night and day we'll sport and we'll play and delight as the dawn dances over the bay. Sleep blows the breath of the morning away, and we follow the heron home. By night and day we'll sport and we'll play and delight as the dawn dances over the bay. Sleep blows the breath of the morning away, and we follow the heron home. And we follow the heron home.
Thank you.
Well, there you are, ladies and gentlemen. How beautiful. Follow us home now with your checkbook, ladies and gentlemen. We've only $7,000 left to raise here tonight. It's so exciting. The energy is building here in the Celtic Junction. And we've one more local act to show you tonight before the other half of Danú, before they get back on their spaceship, ladies and gentlemen, and go on tour again to the nether regions of America for the next few weeks. But for your entertainment right now, while the silent auction is going, someone else bid me up. Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to bid on the silent auction. I'm getting texts on my watch to say someone is outbidding me. Maybe you're getting texts too. But anyway, oh yes, they said, mention the sponsors, ladies and gentlemen. Sponsors like you that are making the Centre for Irish Music grow into what it can be in the future. It's 18 years now in existence, and it's now a fully grown adult. And it's doing more than just teaching tin whistles to some families. It's teaching music to multiple families. And they have not only tin whistles, but they have a huge bank of over 60 instruments that can be rented out at a very affordable rate for families that are just starting out. I mean, a tin whistle is $10, but if you want to start out on uilleann pipes, a full set of uilleann pipes is over $6,000. And if we get $1,000 tonight from you, ladies and gentlemen, that could buy the materials and pay for the labour to build a great, safe storage space for those 60 plus instruments, and maybe even buy a few more instruments after. So with that, we'd like to thank the sponsors Larkin Hoffman, Celtic Junction Arts Centre, Irish on Grand, Gleason's Printing and Tin Whiskers Brewing for tonight, ladies and gentlemen, along with you. And you still have a chance to give a bit more, and even giving at the silent auction is as good as anything else. So get in there and bid now and bid often. So, on with the show. Ladies and gentlemen, I have a very special treat for you now. You think Irish music has only been here yesterday. It's only here a few days here in the frozen tundra, but it's been here for generations. And there's two girls on the stage here now who have grown into ladies. Daniel Enblum and Anna Lethard have grown up since they were little girls, dancing together. And they're going to dance here tonight, ladies and gentlemen, as grown adults. And with them, playing music for them, is Adrian O'Shea, who they used to babysit. Isn't that gas? But what's gasser, ladies and gentlemen, is that they used to grow up watching the cassette tapes of Riverdance where Adrian's dad, Cormac, was dancing. I mean, how full circle is that? And along with them, ladies and gentlemen, putting up with the three lassies is Corey Fralick, ladies and gentlemen. So will you give it up, ladies and gentlemen, for the new band? And they're looking for a name, and if you pledge $1,000 tonight, they say they'll take whatever name you give them. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go.
I'm not very good at seeing into the future. I hope there is continuity. That's the essence of what we're talking about. We're talking about something continuing.
I think one of my favorite things about what I see in the Center for Irish Music right now is how it's professionalized. There wasn't a lot of money coming through, and everything that came through we wanted to distribute as equitably to all the instructors as possible. And now the professionalization of this organization, what Nora has done, what the board has done to bring this to the level of a world-class learning institution.
It's my greatest hope that it keeps on chugging, keeps on going, keeps on being a space for people to come to learn about Irish music and Irish culture.
And we're trying to reach a wider audience all the time. And we just need to make sure that we have those resources to provide programming to our entire community.
But those contributions, they mean everything. You know, that's how the school has professionalized as much as it has, and that's how the school has sustained as much as it has. That's how we came into the pandemic ready to, switch gears and go online and have so much success at that.
It feels like the school has expanded its horizons since I started here, between having new instructors that weren't here when I started, many of whom are these just incredible, world-class musicians who I've admired for a long time before they became instructors here and friends, and just having the ability to have some of them teach when they're not in St. Paul as well has been a way that I feel like the school has adapted to the current normal really well.
And some of that is just bringing in new teachers, and we need a bit more space to be able to bring in new teachers. People that want lessons and we can't always fit them into a room, or what the particular instrument that they want to take lessons on, we have a limited number of teachers on that instrument.
I would love to see the Center for Irish Music continue to grow its student base and more instructors. I mean, we are so lucky to have the amazing instructors that we do have, but there's always room to have more. And of course, the more instructors we have, the more students we can have. So growing our space, growing our instructors, growing our student base, all those are things which would be fantastic to have in the next few years.
The next 5 to 10 years at the Center for Irish Music, I can see there being more space for community gathering, more room really dedicated to having just this space that you can reconfigure all the time for different types of things. Just a place where there are bigger rooms, more bigger rooms, so that you could have more workshops happening at the same time simultaneously.
The number one thing I would love to see happen, maybe in the next 5 months, not even the next 5 years, but the thing I would love to see is creating more and more spaces, either physically or just metaphorically, for the students here just to get together and play with each other. That I definitely sense a hunger for that here, and it's just a matter of figuring out how to make it happen.
Here for the Centre of Irish Music, the programme and the way they teach their students is through an ensemble piece. Every student has to sit and learn in an ensemble, and they also have to take private lessons. And the students grow to love playing music with each other. And not only that, they love learning off each other. And all of these students are progressing through the programme here at the Centre for Irish Music so fast and so well that they are ready to teach, but we don't have the space. That's why tonight's Funding Need is about growing up and reaching out and getting bigger so that the population of students here for the Centre of Irish Music can grow with that progress. So with your donations tonight, we can build out the bottom floor of the Celtic Junction here to make those spaces available for those teachers who are waiting to jump the grade from student to teacher. Give now and give today. So go to centreforirishmusic.org/Gaela and click the Donate Now button. Or, if you like, you can go to the QR code here and your phone will take you there. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, there's only a couple of moments left in the silent auction, the extended version. You may have gotten an alert to say it was over, but no, there's more. So ladies and gentlemen, there's still a few items that still have no bidders on that I might clean up on my way out the door to California, if they'll let me. But before that, ladies and gentlemen, the second half of their show, leading us in towards the fireworks of the night. We have the spaceship outside to take them away, but before they go, we're going to have Danú, ladies and gentlemen, that mythical sound of my youth, here tonight, live on the stage. They're going to be playing for us tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Lovely tunes from long ago. And you can check them out online at danú.net. They're that long on the road, ladies and gentlemen. They're there before the .com. It's danú.net. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're delighted to have a treat for such superstars to be with us here tonight, to fill our hearts with delight. Danú, everybody.
Thank you. Beam me up, Scotty. Thanks a million for having us here. This is emotional enough for us being out on the road after 2 years, of course. And this place, the Centre of Irish Music, the energy behind it being Nora, Brian and all of the family of the centre, and also the Celtic Junction, Natalie and Cormac and Adrian, their daughter, who make everyone so welcome here, and they've done the same to us. And we just want to thank everyone for the hospitality and the amazing day that we've had here so far. So thank you. So we'll carry on. We'll play a few jigs, and we're going to go from one Paddy O'Brien at the start of our last set to the other Paddy O'Brien. And we were looking into the two Paddies recently, and there's a fierce amount of similarities. The two of them obviously play the accordion. The two of them are two of the best tune writers in Irish music, of course. And both of them spent time in America. Now, we know Paddy here from Offaly was here for a long time, but Paddy O'Brien also spent quite a bit of time in America, in New York, so very similar altogether. When he went home to Tipperary again and had Eileen, who was here with me the last time I was here in 2013, and we had such an amazing time back then, he wrote a tune called The New House because he just built a house. And love it. Right and simple. I built a house. The tune's called The New House. And we'll go into a few tunes of my own then. The first one is called Brownie Bridget, and that's my daughter Bridget, who's at home in Massachusetts, hopefully in bed. And we'll finish up with the humours of Holliston. And when you have the humours of something, it's when a place reminds you of great times. So Holliston obviously reminds you of great times. So tonight is the humours of St. Paul, Minnesota.
very much. So we're going to carry on now with a song. And this is one that we just kind of started working on, I suppose, when we were on our last tour, which was 2 years ago. And it's a song that a lot of you will be very familiar with, I'm sure. It was a hit in the late 60s when Anne Murray recorded it. And it was written by Jean McClellan from Prince Edward Island. And we thought it was very fitting, seeing as we're here in St. Paul and there's snow everywhere. We thought this one would be perfect for where we are. And it's a nice love song called Snowbird.
The snowy mantle cold and clean, the unborn grass lies waiting for its coat to turn to green. The snowbird sings a song he always sings, and it speaks to me of flowers that will bloom again in spring. Spread your tiny wings and fly away. Take the snow back with you where it came from on that day. The one I love forever is untrue. And if I could, you know that I would fly away with you. Was young then too. Anything that it would tell me, that's the thing that I would do. But now I feel such emptiness within, for the thing that I want most in life's the thing that I can't win. Spread your tiny wings and fly away. Snow back with you where it came from on that day. The one I love forever is untrue. And if I could, you know that I would fly away with you. Say that he'll only break my heart again should I decide to stay. So little snowbird, take me with you when you go to the land of gentle breezes where the peaceful waters flow. Spread your tiny wings and fly away. Take the snow back with you where it came from on that day. The one I love forever is untrue. If I could, you know that I would fly
Míle maith.
We're going to give the Uilleann Pipes a blast again with Ivan. It's the tune he wrote after his first confirmation. And he called it, or his second confirmation even, and he called it The Broken Pledge.
I promised I'd play something else.
Did you spend all your confirmation money? Was that the pledge?
You're right. Okay.
much. That was the Broken Pledge set there. A broken pledge is something we would have no idea about. That's why I'm here, is to keep an eye on these lads. Anyway, we'll carry on with another song. This one, Éigse Ríis. And this is a song that was written by a man from Cooley in County Cork by the name of Sean Owen O'Sullivan. And this is a song called Time Sugus Mara. And I would have learnt this when I was very young, growing up. And it's all about, he dedicated this song to his wife and how happy he is being married to her and that he's madly in love with her and with their little baby. And he hopes the love and happiness that they have here on earth will continue when they'll go up to heaven together. So it's a love song, I suppose, with a happy ending, which is not very common in these kind of songs. But the Cork man wrote it, so he made sure to have a happy ending. So I hope you like this one.
Time sugus margus as the darn agile on as the barching ignal goiro branhe Hog shigra har hard agus faravham the hogus live is gebrach nis garmi bets a shamed kjoil Parchini belagum rex faldi or rex faldi idle Tama heilig san night is varm alle shy Barken train na harin chaknakere Kurina hachte fas an fo hardles de klache Sme verheft an trassen gewek me abigie bets a shine joy Archini belgum rex faldi rex faldi Ta tarie fasim garding das lachte he Ulis björn einiges gardini darge Shukre in malele rage taschke he Char so vis mil shine dan vavis dan vantre bets a shine joy Partini belgum rex valdio rex valdio I lusken klevanes som vabere haskeruft Stokken om live slipper einen til pepperling I klit alles a coronan den land vin bets a shine kjol Partini belgum rex faldi idle daidi Shem of me chaman the scattering is glen higam tossen kan vade gan aspiring Dora hoke granare vinnar trevu jessafet the dog a dear lodging in our the paradise bets a shine strong Parchini belgum rex faldio idle by bets a shine strong Parchini Thank you.
Thanks a million. You're the best Saturday night audience we've had in 2 years. Well, as Oisin was saying earlier, it's a real pleasure for us to be here. So thanks very much for having us, and it's especially a pleasure to share the same stage with all the musicians and dancers, performers tonight, and it's just fantastic. So thanks very much indeed. We're going to finish up now. I know there's money to be spent yet on a bit of some stuff, I think, online. So we're going to finish with a few tunes, aren't we? A very well-known tune at home. The first tune is a hornpipe, Murphy's hornpipe, and there we are. And we'll lash into a good old reel after that. Lord Gordon. So thanks a million. I'm sure we'll have a bit of crack after this too. So be sure and get your donations out there, ready to go.
And if you don't, we'll send Máirtín out for you, and it'll be for the price of the cup of tea, not just for the cup of tea.
He's some man to drink tea, that fella.
Larry's.
gentlemen, a sound that is out of this world. And I know we say that they came in a spaceship, but they're unbelievable, ladies and gentlemen. And that the gift that they gave to us tonight to warm our hearts in this frozen place, ladies and gentlemen, Danú, thank you very much for coming in. We'd really like to thank Danú, ladies and gentlemen. It is a massive treat for us to have us here, and thank their agency, the Alliance Artist Management, ladies and gentlemen, and the Ordway for loaning them out to us here tonight, because we would not be able to afford them. They're such superstars, ladies and gentlemen. It is a real treat to have them here. And we're keeping them. We're not letting them back until they do workshops to figure out the code to get out of the building. So you can sign up for their workshops for tomorrow, February 27, ladies and gentlemen. Registration is open until noon. Go to centreforirishmusic.org and find out what they're teaching to get out of here. So, ladies and gentlemen, thanks very much to Danú. And we have too many great sponsors and great helpers and great volunteers to make tonight happen, to list. But we'd really like to thank our main sponsors, Larkin Hoffman, ladies and gentlemen, Celtic Junction Arts Centre, Irish on Grand, Gleason Printing, and Tin Whiskers Brewing. And don't forget, you, ladies and gentlemen, you have made this night a great success. We have only $3,500 left of our match to reach that full match of $25,000, to make it $50,000 for the night, ladies and gentlemen, for the Centre for Irish Music here in St. Paul, Minnesota. And don't forget, your donation is a tax-deductible donation. The Centre for Irish Music is a 501c3 non-profit organisation. So you'll get a letter in the mail to say money's coming back if you pay taxes. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, people that have paid over $500 tonight, would you give it up for Kate Daly, ladies and gentlemen? Come down from the mountain, Katie Daly, and thank you very much for your $500. And also, to nearly get us over that mountain of $25,000 pledge for tonight, would you give it up for Patrick and Megan Cole, ladies and gentlemen? So it's very exciting. We're near the end of the night, and the silent auction, it has been record-breaking. It's brought even in over $600 more than any other night that we've done with Éigse. And this is Éigse 2022, ladies and gentlemen, the biggest and the best, growing up and reaching out. We brought in over $12,000 with the silent auction. Would you believe it, ladies and gentlemen? So now, we have only 3,500 left. You still have a chance to get a shout out here, live, on stage, at the Celtic Junction. Put in $500 or more, and you won't believe what you'll get back. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to leave you with one more video of the students here at the Centre for Irish Music. These students are the Advanced Youth Ensemble, ready to bloom in the world. And hopefully, when the world opens up again, because we know how hard it is to sit and watch from a virtual space. But isn't it great that we have that space to be virtually together? But when the world opened up again, we want the Centre for Irish Music to be big enough to welcome in all the students that want to learn here and in person in St. Paul, Minnesota. Here you have the Advanced Youth Ensemble.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is the reason why we are here. Those wonderful musicians, those wonderful kids. I love them, and I am so impressed by their music, and it's just so exciting that there's all these young people playing music. I never thought when I started directing the school 12 years ago, it's hard to believe that at this time I'd have all these people to be playing with, and for really the rest of my life and for the rest of our lives, all of us, we're going to have these wonderful musicians to play with, keep inspiring us to play this music. So thank you so much tonight for your support. And Brian, what do you have to say as your closing remarks?
I was not prepped for this. Thank you so much, everybody, for donating money. Thanks to everybody that played tonight. So many of our friends, and I got to be on stage too many times, probably, really. But it was fun. I had a really good time. I got to play with great people. We had amazing guest performers this year, and that was such a unique and special opportunity for us. So much thanks are due to Danú for playing with tonight to support our fundraiser.
And a huge shout out to Máirtín de Cógáin, our host and entertainer for the night. What would we do without you? We love you, Máirtín. And speaking of that, he must have the last word. So back over to Máirtín de Cógáin. Thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful night.
Well, thank you very much. Gurmíle maith go bhfuil úsle a bheith fechantar in the nacht agus a chuisteach a chuid airgid. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for watching us and being with us here in the metaverse, in spirit and in person, ladies and gentlemen. And thank you very much for your donations. I'd like to announce that we had a lofty goal of $25,000, ladies and gentlemen, because we had matching donations from Tim and Kim Scanlon and from an anonymous donor, that we wanted to make sure that we got the extra $25,000. And I want to announce right now, right here, ladies and gentlemen, that we reached our goal of $25,000 of money pledged from you out there, ladies and gentlemen. And thank you so much. It warms my heart coming here from California, frozen, wearing long johns and vests and gloves and coats and hats and double socks. It really warms me from deep within that you gave so much tonight, ladies and gentlemen, because it's not just for now, it's for the future. All the money you gave is the best investment that could be done for the Irish diaspora, her culture and her music, as it spreads throughout the northern frozen tundra here, ladies and gentlemen, bringing us into spring, bringing us into new growth as we grow up and reach out. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Slán a raibh, and we'll see you back here again next year.
Thank you for supporting the Center for Irish Music.
Míle buíochas san mardáceacht tá CIM.
Your support tonight is connecting many players of many generations.
Thank you so much for joining us this evening.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
We hope you had a great time.
Thank you for supporting the Center for Irish Music.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you so much.
Have a very good evening.
Thanks so much for joining us tonight and supporting the Center for Irish Music.
Have a good night, everyone.
Stay safe.
Thank you.
Thanks so much for supporting the Center for Irish Music.
Slán inis, tóg bogé is all more.
See you next year.